Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry. Your bestest dolphin-fondling Chupacabra pal. We're back for some more of that delicious game, Subnautica, also known as Dolphin Fondling Simulator 2017. Also geysers. And, yeah, we're back. We're gonna do some stuff. We're gonna touch some animals. It's gonna be amazing. And I think where we left off the last time was that I was in the process of building myself a very fancy, very sexy sea base, and also catching a bunch of animals if they- come here. I need food to live. Alright? It's nothing personal, Gary. And your brothers, the other Gary fish. I need you. Inside me. Yes, we're gonna build a very sexy, oh, I can't eat you. I can stab the shit out of you. These are- what are these? Are these tripods? Yeah, those are tripods. So yes, we're gonna build a sexy base. It's gonna be great. We're gonna make bases great again, and then we're never gonna say that sentence again because of all of the Mango Mussolini negative connotations. So here we are in our base that's legs have to figure out that they exist again. I played around with the idea pretty greatly of whether or not I wanted to just do a Martha Stewart on everybody and be like, okay, we're building a base, but because I don't want to spend 45 minutes doing this, we already pre-baked a base in the other oven behind the cameraman. And that base is made out of cardboard and silly string. So yeah, we got this base.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Currently all that's in it is I've got this fabricator and nothing else. There's just this unit here, and then there's this little T-bend, and I'm gonna build some more stuff. So what I ended up doing out here is I decided to pre-collect stuff where I put it in a lot of these fancy little floaty containers and put some down here and some over here, and then I got fed up with the whole thing and left a bunch of shit on the ground. Because, yeah, that's about all I got for you. So we're gonna start building, so let's figure out what we want to build. Let's get out the old multi-tool and look here. So I do have something to inform everybody. I was collecting all this stuff, and I restarted my computer before recording this evening, and I discovered that I suddenly had the ability to craft everything in the game, even stuff that you technically couldn't unlock yet that's still in, like, figmentational development in the unstable build. So I had to physically go through the debug console and lock things like the nuclear reactor, which I can't properly lock, so I do know some stuff that I shouldn't, and just so you're aware, I don't really have the ability to get rid of that, so I have a couple of things that I ought not. I don't know what happened, there's just a weird bug. There is the ability to unlock everything with a cheat code, I think, but I think the old one's depreciated, so you pretty much have to unlock them one at a time now. But either way, let's start by building a communications relay, and for that we're gonna need a actually, wait. I need to build some more power, because I only have the ability to get 50 power right now, so what did I do? I need solar panels, so I need titanium, of which I have a lot. Right here, some. And I also need some quartz. Alright, one of these buckets has some of all of that in it. These are living things. This is some quartz, some more oh, that's glass. I guess that's fine. I need glass for, like, fancy windows, that's fine. Here's some quartz. And then, ooh, a wiring kit, that's what I needed. I pre-made a bunch of stuff, basically. Because this stuff would take forever otherwise. So let's start out here with the solar panels. Actually, let's go outside before we do that. And I think each one of these gave like 25 to 50 power, and they only generate power during the day and only if you're relatively close to the surface. So that's kind of the downside with this stuff. The upside is that at present, you know, it's not really a big deal. I can stay relatively close to the surface and nobody will judge me, except for all of the sea life. But that's what the knife is for, in case they get too lippy with Larry. Then I can cut them. They're juicy, juicy bits. So yeah. I've also been kind of exploring what the dealio is with some of the changes to Subnautica without, like, spoiling too much for myself. And things are alright so far. Like, I like what they've done. Like, they've spread a lot of stuff out so it makes a little bit more sense than it would have made otherwise, and that I can definitely approve of. I don't really need... Do I need a power transmitter? I don't think so. That's usually if your base is, like, Gigundo. So I think I'm safe there. I need a little bit more quartz. There's some quartz hanging out. Yes, there's some right here. I also noticed that they've done a nice job of, like, making all the minerals and everything in the game feel a little bit more substantial. Like, they feel like they have a certain weight to them when you dump them on the ground. Like, here, if I show you. If I go over here to my pile of crap, like, all of this stuff has a physical shape, obviously. It's not just a square with a picture on it. And if I dump the quartz that I just picked up, this actually looks like a proper crystal instead of a crystal that you would make in a beaker in a science experiment, because they do look different. And I am just anal enough to notice those differences, so. I feel like four or five of these might be enough for the start of this base. This base isn't very big, and by default, I don't have the ability to build on a big room to put cool stuff in, so I'm gonna have to wait to build an aquarium. Even though I guess it comes pre-built with the kit still. Because there's just not enough room to appreciate it. But what I will build, however, is I do want to build a battery recharger. This I did learn how to do by skimming around over here in the bloodgrass fields and touching stuff. So that was kind of neat. So let's build ourselves a radio, because the game has been informing me over and over again that I have an email. And I've been a bad boy, and I haven't been answering it, so let's build this here. Alright, yes, communications array, I know, you're trying to say words to me. Alright, this is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us, seriously, 3 out. Okay. So there's another escape pod somewhere. I do oh, here we go. So this is the coordinates for LifePod 3. Where is LifePod 3? It's not terribly far away. I could pop out the old Sea Glide and deal with that in a sec, but I want to finish getting some amenities here. So let's pop this back out, and I want to build a locker, which is going to require yet more titanium. And I'm a hobo, so I pretty much can't see shit right now. I'm gonna need some water here in a sec, so I'm gonna pop open some other equipment as well. You might think that Larry has a lot of junk all up in his trunk. And I definitely didn't sort it because none of this is supposed to be permanent. Although I will leave 1 or 2 storage containers right outside with like spare tools and equipment. Because having to, like, physically go inside the base to get everything is kind of a pain in the ass. So, let's... Well, hold on. I can build a window. I can build a swanky window right here. That I can't finish because it's being stupid. Yeah, that always does kind of drive me nuts, that there's certain things you can't finish building from inside that I really think you should. Like a dome. I feel like the dome should be finishable from within. Because I'm using like a fancy deconstruction death ray to do it. So now we have a little bit of breathing room to see cool stuff. Although it is killing our hull integrity. Because this is not made of metal and it's easy to puncture. But I think we should be okay here. I say that tentatively. Like, I feel like that... Oh, come on, game. Oh, really? Alright. Let's put this over here. There we go. Now I'll put down my storage lockers, and we will be good to go. I'm gonna put them along this wall. So let's see, lockers. I could build this fancy glass locker, but it requires some refined materials that I just feel is a waste, so screw it. We'll have a couple of regular lockers, and then in here I will dump... I have some aluminum oxide and some spare silver, and some mercury ore. Surprisingly, the mercury ore doesn't have an icon yet. I was actually quite perplexed at that. That would have been like the first thing I would have done is like, just do all the icons this week, Larry, so we have them done. So let's see here. I would like to fabricate some edibles so I don't die. This is another thing that I can get rid of, but it's not really super important. There's a bunch of different creatures here. I've seen most of them, so I don't really feel too bad about leaving these here. So we'll just cook a Gary fish. I'll finish cleaning up manually all of the weird derpiness of that bug and hope it doesn't come back. They patched the game like right after all that happened, so I think it might have been fixed already. I don't know. So we'll have some delicious beverage. Oh, I didn't cook everything. And then I'll cook some more delicious things. You know, now that I have this game at a much higher resolution, this icon here for resources is supposed to be like an ingot or something of like material that's been processed. But this always looked like a piece of cheese to me when I was playing on a smaller monitor before. So that was always kind of a little bit derpy. I've got some delicious animals that I can nibble on, and then I'll hang on to this boomerang so that he stays fresh and only moderately molested. So this is looking not bad. What else can we build? I want to build this battery charger. I need copper wire, glass, and titanium. But the other thing that we can make is there's a coffee vending machine that just comes with the kit. Like, I can't get rid of this because it's supposed to be, like, available to you already. I can't lock that blueprint. And I am curious, like, what does this coffee majigger look like? Now, that said, I do find some of the way that this game works a little derpy. For example... Ooh, I have lead. When did I get lead? I do find it a little bit derpy that you would have coffee that doesn't have caffeine in it. Because the whole reason why you drink coffee is for the caffeine. Like, that's like just, at that point, it's just drinking water that tastes funny. And that just doesn't make any flippin' sense to me. Alright, well, am I already out of titanium? I thought I had more. No kidding. Yeah, I thought I had like a bajillion. Alright, that's fine. I can get out some spare copper, which is over here on the ground, and let's build a coffee machine. And that other majigger. Also, I have an egg. I don't know what this is an egg to. If you guys know what this is, let me know. So let's go back in here and build ourselves a coffee maker.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Although, you know, one of the things I do know that is probably the reason why you can't get caffeinated coffee out of this is that caffeine is bad for you if you drink too much of it. And in this version of the future, we are all about not letting people die horribly of things that are preventable, like heart arrhythmias caused by abusing caffeine. So what is this gonna do? Is it gonna give me coffee? It's making noise. Oh, it's pouring. Look, it's pouring. There's no cup, though. I feel like the cup part might be important. Oh, I got a cup of coffee. Real Italian espresso, diluted with tasteless American water. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Is that how we're gonna do? So this is just this is a water machine. This is physically, okay, so instead of filtering water, we can just drink coffee. Are you serious? Normally coffee is a diuretic, so it takes water out of your body, but this is amazing. I want to take a screenshot of this. Because this is cool. Alright. That's awesome. We have coffee. And I'm gonna make a couple of them because I'm gonna take some free... This is basically free water. This is amazing. This is the best thing in the game right now. Okay, so, battery recharger. That's the next thing. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Battery recharger. I need computer chip, copper wire, glass, and 2 titanium. Which I only have the 1. Was there some in here? These are egg. Oh, there's one. So I got the titanium. I just need to make the copper wire and the glass. So let's make the glass. Electronics, copper wire. And now we can recharge our batteries. So when I first tried to come back to this game, the battery recharger was something that you could only get, like, really far out into the reef. Like, when you were already about to get lithium batteries, and that was always kind of a pain in the butt for no particularly good reason. But now that you can get it kind of over here in the Bloodgrass Plateau, that's pretty cool. So I can just throw batteries in here, and I can charge them. I made some spares before I had this, so I don't really need to charge any of these. But once I do, I will be ready. Actually, this reminds me a lot of the old Duracell chargers that my parents had back when digital cameras first became a thing. So let's see. Communications relay. Let's dump some stuff in here, because I don't need to carry everything with me. Like, this lead is very valuable. I don't want to lose that. Let's cook the boomerang for the road, because I'm that kind of a monster. That way, if I get peckish, I'll be able to eat it. And then let's go. Let's go check out this signal and see if it'll kill me. So I do know for a fact that most of the different objects in this game have to be acquired via blueprints from these different crashed, like, life pods and habitats and everything. So it's a good idea to go nuts and start to explore as many of them as we can. And the easiest way to do that is just when you get a free beacon, because this is the game's way of, like, pacing you through the game. It's like, when you get a beacon, it usually means that the game thinks you're big enough of a boy or a girl with your big kid pants to go out and to touch it. So that's what we're gonna do. Probably. If I don't lag a little bit. Because I spawned... Oh, I got another message. So, what is this? This is the other bloodgrass field, I think? Yes, the other grassy plateau. I don't think they should have changed the name of these things. Like, I think they were cool enough as it was with bloodgrass, because that's what everyone's gonna call this. Like, it's literally bloody grass. Like, what do you want from me? So, this is the... Crew reported that their Sea Glide was damaged over here. Alright, here's the thing. What's over here? So this is a Sea Glide fragment, which will give me parts. Will give me some free titanium. And what's in here? We got a data box that contains a chip for... I don't know. We got a PDA, which will give us some more lore. Okay, that's not bad. Anything in the storage? No. I guess it's a little bit much to ask for some of this stuff to give me other free materials, so I'll avoid being greedy this time. And then, since we don't need this anymore, let's just chuck it. And it's just a floating X. That's great. I do know that it's possible to get access to a trash can, and I feel like we might want to dump some of these messages or these beacons in the trash somewhere. Should I save that, actually? Hold on. Let me know in the comments, Comical Skate or anybody else, if it's a good idea to keep these. I don't honestly know one way or the other. Like, there might be a good, compelling reason, like, easier way of finding something later to keep these, so if that's the case... Just tell me, and I will hang on to them in a special reservoir just for these things. Let me swap out batteries since we're in Bitey Town. And you know what? Since I'm here, let's check out what kind of materials we have down here. So, I need teeth from these guys. Somewhere in here, they might have teeth for me, stalker teeth. And that's the stuff I'm going to need in order to reinforce the base later, but I don't know what the conditions were to spawn for that. I think if I remember correctly, they need to have been fondling pieces of metal and wreckage, so if I'm patient, they might do that. We'll see, we'll certainly see. So we got some stuff, and I do know that I had 2 other signals in my base that I think I want to check out this episode. Because that's a good way to pad out the episode, which was a lot of me rummaging around in boxes. So if you really like my boxes commentary, like, oh my god, you guys are in for a treat when you see this episode. Like, you have no idea. I did notice when I was trying to find a way to relock all of my blueprints, there isn't a relock everything button, by the way, that there's a bunch of new fancy abilities that you can do to cheat in this game. Like, you can become invisible to monsters, which is really cool sounding. Alright, so this is giving me a ping. What's this say? This is LifePod 6. High priority passengers on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed 1 click from the crash site, but the rendezvous path is irradiated, and we've only got 1 rad suit. Request immediate assistance. 6 out. The rendezvous path is irradiated, huh? Oh, that might be bad. So that's close into one of the areas where I could meet with a Reaper Leviathan, and that is very much not on my to-do list. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna make some more coffee. I'm gonna put on this battery to charge, so let's see. So is it gonna go? Oh look, there's like a little charging indicator. As it charges, it'll show you. That's awesome. Okay, that's really cool. I like when a game actually puts these animations right in here. That's really neat. So let's store this spare... Let's store this spare message in here, because we don't need it anymore. And then let's drink this water. This coffee, I should say. Not really great for water, but it's better than nothing. It's free, basically. It just needs power. Let's see. I also... Oh, wait. There is a question I have for you, Comical Skate, in the comments. Down here. Look at this. Look at this shit. I want this. I want this in my life. This is a giant chunk of copper. How do I get to have all of that copper? I want it. I really do. So, let me know in the comments how Larry can get his hands on that. Do I need, like, one of the machines for that? I feel like I might, because I beat on it with all of my other tools, minus the laser cutter, which I don't have yet. So, if I can do one of the things with something, let me know. Because there's big chunks, big nodes of materials all over that they've just recently added, and I want to touch it. So, let's see. Inside of here, we have these 2 signals. Also, a lot of more material that I could be using, and some filtered water. A nutrient block, okay. I'll drink that to my health. And I'll take that free health kit. You can't really go wrong with free health. Because in all likelihood, I am going to get bit in the ass really hard. So let's put in these other life pod signals first, and we'll find those. And then next episode, I'm going to finish exploring the Bloodgrass Fields because I need it. Actually, this one's pretty close over here. This is the Seamoth Bay. And the Moon Pool Bay is what I want. So let's see what this is about. So this is like way past these cool new, reefbacks. I really am digging the new reefbacks, because there's like baby ones and there's like gigundo ones. And they look flippin' amazing. Yeah, there's a baby. And there's Mama. And Mama has stuff growing on her, so... If I want to not die, I can just go up to Mama here. And I can just hang out. And I can just safely ow, what the shit? Oh, you little bastard. I knew there was a trick to this. I knew there was something fishy. Okay, so there's little biters here. Alright, well, I have plenty of batteries, so screw it. I'm gonna fly up to the surface. Those are those little barnacles that shoot, like, murder nipples at you. They're like hardened murder nipples. So this is that other one that was collapsed. So what do we got? Oh, are you gonna start to get bitey? No, don't get bitey. Don't do that. Don't be bitey. Alright, what do we got? Did I already get this one? I must have already gotten this one, because there's nothing in here. So whatever was supposed to be in this one, I got it? Was that the mobile vehicle bay? It might have been. There's also some other neat shit over here. Where was it? There's this. So look at this. This is a giant chunk of the Aurora, I think. And it's probably surrounded by goodies. Let's go up to the surface real quick and top off our oxygen. And then I'm gonna give this thing a good once-over before this episode ends. As I lag severely. I should be able to see that island by now, I think. So what do we got? This is all very electric-y still, which is probably not good for my health. We've got some debris. What's in this? This is a box. Some of these boxes are open and they have goodies inside. Oh, there's a giant salt deposit. Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, hello, hello, hello. What are you? These sand sharks are going to become a problem. Oh, there's a bioreactor. Okay. I already got the bioreactor when I was skulking around here, so that I did get legitimately. That was not an accidental thing. Are you gonna try and bite me, dude? Can you not? Can you not, sand shark? Bro, I'm being for real right now. Could you not? Could you not? Alright, so he's gonna be bitey. What else is there here? Anything open here? These are open, but there's nothing in them. That's cool. There is something in here, like this thing looks like it might be important, but I don't think I can build it, so that's probably not really that relevant, so screw it. They have some more water. It is the height of allergy season for Larry, so whoa! Oh, that's right, I can leap into the air now. If I fly out of the water really fast. Oh, hello, 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 what's in here? Oh, I don't mind if I do. What's this? Still suit fragment. Okay. I guess I have that already. I must have gotten that illegitimately, but I'll leave that since I can get it. Abandoned PDA. Storage locker that I can't access. Ooh, a picture. Picture of, somebody. Somebody's sweetheart or family member. Ooh, I can scan a bench. Really? I can make a bench now. Alright. Well, that's a thing. Alright. I would not have figured. Oh, this looks like a danger room. Bioreactor. Ka-ching. And what is this? Still suit fragment 2. Getting close to suffocating here if I'm not careful. Let's just get out of here real quick and I'll come back. How do I get out of here? Larry wants to live. Alright, let me duck back out. And I will finish exploring this in a moment when it becomes daylight again. So, that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. This has been more Subnautica. We're getting established and we're going to start exploring the area zone by zone, I think, is probably the best course of action. That way we don't get super duper lost. So until next time, I've been your host, Larry. Subnautica, more on the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.